Now let's understand the fear. If you observe carefully, all the sages and masters, their nature, one of the nature is fearlessness. They are not scared of anything, but at the same time they are not doing anything that is like silly things. Means I'm not scared of anything, but doesn't mean I'm taking the law in my hand and acting and doing whatever I want to do. It is not like their nature. Their nature is fearlessness. They are not scared of anyone doing anything, or they are people misusing their name, people misusing the knowledge they are saying, or their fame and name, or their wealth if they lose, or their means any kind of fear, or if their body they will lose. They're not scared of their death. They're not worried about their fear about losing their money and all that. So where does this non fearlessness comes in them? So understand what is fear. If you closely observe in your life whatever you are scared of, you will see, because there is a strong attachment of something that you don't want to lose. You want to hold on to that, and that's why the fear is there. Yes, you don't want to lose. The highest fear that you will observe, that you don't want to let go of your body. You're holding on to that body. That's why you don't want to die, you don't want to get hurt, you don't want to lose any of the part of your body or this ability that the senses has got. That's why you are doing everything to protect it, and that's why the fear is rising. So that's something that you are attached to, because it has been given you some pleasure in the past or right now in present. So there is some desire attached to that I want a particular pleasure, or I want to use this for getting some pleasure. That desire is there. That's why that desire has created this attachment, and that has created the fear of not losing that. So if you observe closely, the more and more you will become desireless, the more and more you will become fearless, the more and more you will become fearless, the more and more less desires you will have. Now how can you get rid of the desires? That's the question comes. Now if you keep pushing the desires away, they will never go. You need to understand the desires, why the desire is there, why that thing is there. And every desire that is arising in your life, you will get the answer of that, why it came, why it started, and why it is there in your past. Or if you don't want to go in past, suppose something has happened that you don't remember, then also when you are enjoying the desire, that desire is arising inside you, mental level, physical level, and you are enjoying it, you are getting the pleasure out of that desire. That time it will unfold the truth behind it, that how you got attached to that and why you are attached to that. Now the moment you are doing all those things, all these exercises, understand you are going into the witness consciousness. You are watching all those things happening. You are watching this happening on the level of the mind. You are watching this happening on the level of physical level. And every time this desire is building some kind of tremendous that passion and that momentum inside you, and the moment desire is finished, it's dropping down. So if you see closely inside you, that energy, that consciousness, because of that, that desire is coming, desire is staying there for some time, you are fulfilling it, and after the desire is fulfilled, you are again going down and dropping into your own consciousness. You are subsiding, like a wave is coming up and wave is coming down. And then the next desire is arising, then the next one is arising. So it's like a waves coming up and down, waves coming up. And the moment you will understand this aspect of that, so first one is, first find out your desires. Second thing, find out the nature of your desires, why the desire is arising. Third thing is like how they are arising and how they are falling down. Fourth thing is they are falling down into the same place where they have started from. So basically inside you, you are just in consciousness, and in that consciousness all this play and all this drama is happening. And once you understand that, then you will start getting more and more attracted towards this consciousness to understand the nature of the consciousness in which everything is happening, in which everything is subsiding, in which everything is arising. And the moment you will establish into your own consciousness, you will start witnessing everything. It is not like, see, the consciousness is again a big word has been used if you are thinking it. It is just that nature inside you, I am. Right now you are listening to me, but inside you something is there which is just there, I am. And then you are saying listening through the ears. I am witnessing my mind talking to myself. I am witnessing my mind questioning about all those things that I am listening. So there is something strong, something inside you which is there just as a background on which all those things are built up. And if you take out all these objects, then the subject which is where the whole thing is there, that I am, that the purest form of your existence, where there is no I am this, I am that, I am doing, I am not doing, anything is attached. That I am, you can just hold on and you will start feeling you are becoming one with yourself. That kind of feeling arises. I'm just becoming one. I'm just going down deep into myself and I'm just become one with myself. You will not be able to stay there for long. Let me warn you. Because there is no fun in there. You have to practice to stay there for longer time. Your mind will rebel. Your intellect will rebel. Your ego will not let you stay there. Because this existence of your whole projection that has happened, your personality, your physical or your mental beingness, whatever you have been consider yourself as, is there because of you are holding on to something. I am a man, I am a woman, I am an intellect, I am not intellect, I understand this, I am not understanding, I am a spiritual seeker, I am not a spiritual seeker, I know, I do not know, I am all those labels that you are attached, and because of that the consciousness is holding on, because the consciousness want it to exist as a separate entity. And the moment you tell your consciousness, now hold on, just be with yourself, don't worry, it rebels. It didn't like that. However, it is not impossible. It is difficult, but it is not impossible. So you can practice it. Maybe you will get a glimpse of 1 second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Like that, in the coming months and years of practice, you will start becoming like, oh, I'm establishing into it easily. I'm just going back to my source. I can see this happening inside me. That will drop all the desires. The moment desires will get dropped, because you know the pleasure is not in the fulfillment of the desires. So the intensity of the desires will be stronger and it will take a long time. Few will drop like this, few will take years and years and years. Especially the desires attached with the food and sex. They take a long time to get rid of them. So be patient. Don't worry. And then as the desires are dropping out, you will see you are becoming fearless. Why becoming fearless? Because there is nothing to lose. There is only one consciousness which has been reflected and become so many multiple consciousness, multiple physical forms. If everything is a form of the same consciousness, then what is the fear for? Who is dying and where is dying? It is just the consciousness becoming aware of that material aspect. And the time started when we call it as a birth, and it is the same consciousness which is letting go of that material aspects and going back to its source. When the time stops of that consciousness, we call it as a death. So birth and death is nothing but the time when the consciousness starts and gets attached to that physical form of itself, where you want to fulfill its own desires which has been there, and then again it finishes its work and then goes. Its journey finishes. So if you really want to become fearless, and if you really want to have that attitude inside you, then you need to become desireless. You need to understand your desires. And again, once you understand your desires and once you start becoming fearless, because you are becoming one with yourself, and you know that everything is a form of the same consciousness, like this form has come out of the consciousness, you become more compassionate, you become more belonging, you form more belongingness with others. You come to know everything is a part of that. This physical body is also part of that, the other physical body is also part of that. Or in some words, you say, I am that. This body is also part of me, that body is also part of me. Many of the sages who has established into that, masters who has established into that, in scriptures Krishna, or in other scriptures gods and goddesses who has lived, they have referred it as a me, as a first person. I am this, I am that, I am everything, I am in everything. Because they have gone to the level of the consciousness, they are not remaining on the level of the body that you can consider or see themselves as. So this is how it is, it appears to be to me. So think about this and let me know if you have any questions, or put some comments if you want to know more, or if you want to share your thoughts on that. All right, take care.